What if you're sitting in class, listening to the teacher talk, and all of a sudden one of your classmates falls over on the floor, unable to breathe? Would you know what to do? Could you perform CPR? CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, is a life-saving skill that is good to know or good to have in case of an emergency. Two instances where you would need to use this is if someone was going into cardiac arrest or is about to drown or is in the process of drowning. And in these situations, it's good to do something rather than nothing. Being a lifeguard in the past, I've been certified in CPR for 3 years. Today, I'm going to teach you the 3 basic steps to CPR, which are compressions, opening the airway, and breathing. First, as soon as you notice someone is in need of help, make sure they are laying on a firm, flat surface. But she's on a table right now because my knee is hurt, as most of you know, and so as you guys can see. First, to start compressions, after they're laying on a firm, flat surface, you're going to want to put one hand, your palm, on top of the other, and like this. And then you'll put your hands on their chest, in the middle of their chest, like so. And there's also a picture up there so you guys can see it. After your hands are on top of theirs, you want to press down approximately 2 inches. I'm not going to do that to Addison because she would probably throw up or pee her pants. And so I'm not going to do that, but you would usually go down approximately 2.5 inches. And you want to keep your arms straight while you're doing this. You don't want to bend your elbows, you want to use your shoulders as you press down. And you want to do 100 to 120 of these per minute. And a good way to make sure you're staying on task and not going too fast or too slow is to do it to the beat of Staying Alive. So you would just be like, staying alive, staying alive, like that, and then you're not going too fast or too slow. So after you've done compressions, the next thing to do is open the airway. So as you can see, it's not very difficult. You would place one hand on their forehead and the other on their chin and just slightly tilt it back. This opens the airway up. As you can see, it's like that. Pretty simple. After you've done the airway, it would be time to start breathing. And there's two ways to do this, mouth to mouth, or you could use a mask, which I have up here, mine, mask. And so it's basically the same procedure for each one. It's just you're not putting your mouth on their mouth when you use a mask. For mouth to mouth though, you do pinch their nose as you tell the airway, pinch the nose, put your mouth on their mouth, and then do 2 rescue breaths. And as you're doing rescue breaths, you want to make sure you're looking at their chest to make sure it's rising. And if it does not rise as you're doing your rescue breaths, that means it's not working. So you want to retilt the chin and then try again. Do your retilt the airway, yeah. So after you do that is what it looks like. That side is mouth to mouth and that's the airway. And I know most people would not prefer to do mouth to mouth. I personally would not prefer to do mouth to mouth. And so if you do not have a mask handy, all you could do, just to help and get there, make sure you're helping, is just do compressions until other help arrives. Because it's always better to do something rather than nothing. So, just to review, if an emergency does happen, make sure they're laying on a firm, flat surface. Start with compressions and do approximately 30 before you would pause to open the airway. And then after you open the airway, you want to do the breathing. And if you don't have a mask, then and you don't feel like doing mouth to mouth, just do compressions until help would arrive. So after listening to this, I hope if any emergency were to occur, you could be able to step in and help. Thank you for listening.